Morning guys, it is 5:30 on the 20th of April, Thursday morning. Been on the road for just over an hour now. Yeah, sorry if I'm sounding a bit tired. It was definitely an early start, but good news, the Z has finally landed and cleared customs. Actually got into the UK last week, and Bagsy and I have been chasing up the shipping company for the last however many days, hoping to get the cars out in time. So yeah, it's going to be the start of a long day for me. I'm going to get the Z on the back of the trailer. Brett is following up in a van further behind because we've got obviously all those tyres to bring back to the shop as well. So yeah, let's chew up these miles and get stuck in for the day. So signed in at the docks now. I think it would be easier to get onto a nuclear power station site. I couldn't believe the amount of stuff we had to go through, but anyway, I have my funky pass. Turns out that Bagsy and that lot are there already unloading theirs. Hopefully we'll see the Z in a minute. Okay, so we're in the port and look who's back. Woo! She survived. A few marks, plenty of rubber still left on there. So I've just got to get this car, bumper, a few boxes and stuff onto the little trailer and then off onto the next stop. Right, moment of truth. Red light is on. Ignition is on. Clutch feels very heavy. Ooh, she runs! Yay! So you can see on the back there, the Z is quite happily taking a little ride along with me in the sunshine. Brett has very kindly disappeared off into the sunset with all of the tyres. Good job we had that van because yeah, every square inch of that thing was full of wheels and tyres, and we managed to get the bumpers and other bits and pieces in there, keeping my load a little bit lighter. So that's good. So anyway, on to the next part of the journey for me, which is actually heading to Craig at DynoTorque. So the LSZ was breathing pretty heavy on the last event that we did over in Oman. Not sure if that's just simply because of the heat that was happening out there. Oil got a bit thin. Obviously we did the parade piece out there as well, so we were doing a lot of burnouts and all that kind of stuff, which is never nice on an engine, especially when you're doing the third and fourth gear. So anyway, I'm taking it up to Craig. He's going to quickly whip the heads off it and have a look inside the engine and see if there's any damage, and then obviously if there is, to what extent, so we can then get it ready for hopefully next weekend, fingers crossed, which is MSUK Drift Pro round 1. So yeah, it's going to be a busy few days as always, typical drifting. Everything's left to the last minute this time, not just down to my own planning, just how things have happened. But yeah, let's see what Craig makes out. I probably won't do a great deal of filming there because when I get a start we're going to have to rip this thing to pieces pretty quick. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with Craig, and hopefully it won't be as bad as we think.
6.5 hours later.
Hey guys, a lot has happened since I last spoke to you. As you can see, I've changed clothes. I'm in my scruffy gear because yep, arrived at Craig's as expected. It was straight into work. So Craig was actually out on MOT at the time, so Carlos was there, had me reverse straight onto the ramp. We both started to rip the engine to pieces. Craig quickly arrived as well and started doing the same. So we had the engine out in no time, and yeah, then we went to work on actually stripping the engine itself. So here we go. It's been an absolute monster day. It is now about 8 o'clock in the evening. Woke up at 3 this morning, so yeah, definitely going to be feeling it this evening when I get in, and yeah, definitely work tomorrow. So yeah, chew these miles up. Next time you see me, it'll be at my shop. Evening guys, it is late on Wednesday evening, and look who's back. Ta-da! LS is being freshly built up new springs, new head gaskets, new bearings, new valve stem seals, and new cam followers, because Craig found all sorts of little bits and pieces going on. But to be honest, this little engine, for doing however many years it's done now of drifting, is doing pretty darn well. So anyway, she's buttoned up ready for this season, and now it's time for me to get her back in the LSZ. First, Matt has sent me some new RB6s for the front, because over here we still have a bit of NASA's front wheel stuck in there, so they're no good for this season. I have the clutch to fit. Then we go under the engine bay. Oh, let's just get this 2J out of the way. So engine bay's been cleaned a bit by Adele, obviously a little bit more to do in there. She's also gone through the inside of the car as well. I've been emptying out tons and tons and tons of rubber from the rear wheel wells. Doors are still away being wrapped, so a couple of big gaping holes here. They will be picked up tomorrow. So yeah, it's going to be a busy few nights. So happy that the first round of Drift Pro isn't going to be until the Sunday, because that gives me an extra day. So yeah, righty, I think it's time you and I got to work, my man. Let's see what happens next. Good evening, guys. So it is a bit dark, but look where we are. We're at Cadwell. So yeah, I'm exhausted. It has been the most crazy few days. Sorry I haven't been doing much videoing as we've been going along, but got the engine back from Craig, awesome. Then had to get the thing back in the car myself, which was a bit of a pain. Felt like I'd taken 7 steps back just to make 1 step forward. You know, I had to take the rack off, had to get the steering column out, had to undo all sorts of other bits and pieces, even move the gearbox back to get the engine in past the cross member. So it wasn't an easy upfit, but we're in. Then had a few other issues with getting the cooling system to bleed, getting the alternator to work, and yeah, the list goes on and on and on. But anyway, enough of that. We are here. The car is sounding sweet, it's running sweet. Del has done a fantastic job of getting the car clean again, even though some of the weather here has made a bit of a poor show of it. So Si will be on that tomorrow. Brett helped us out with getting the doors and stuff on this morning, as well as putting the rest of the body kit on whilst I was fretting and doing the other bits and pieces. So yeah, massive thanks to those guys. It's now time to go and find this little cottage that we've got in the Cadwell countryside, and yeah, be prepared for tomorrow. So let's see how we get on.